offender, a child sex offender, dressed up like a girl, did those kids. That was probably not the best thing we could do, and we're sorry. That was great. They nailed it.
Soy Boy Chloe is 110% organic, non-GMO, gender misogynist depression, identitarian.
And there's no need for anyone to think that is unacceptable. We're going to shut them down and work with whoever it is to shut them down, and they should be prosecuted.
All right, as people come in here tonight, I'm just going to talk over my intro a little bit. We're going to be going through these fairly quickly. I'll give some time at the end of the chat, but as I'm recording these tonight, I'm going to take them and split them up later. So they're individual videos, but I'm going to record them live, and it's going to be fun having people hang out with me when I do it. Some of the things we're going to cover tonight is students sued the school district after being punished by racist banter in private Snapchat group. We're also going to talk about how the FBI names the so-called white nationalists on the same level as ISIS when it comes to terrorists. And I also want to cruise over here and touch on the subject of gross miscarriage of justice. Legislation aims to fix law after student is charged with terror threats over a picture of a rifle. He shows a picture of a rifle and he gets arrested for it or kicked out of school. Joe Scarborough is excited for demographic freight train that will collapse the GOP. Maybe we'll get around to Jussie Smollett, charged by the special prosecutor for Chicago hate hoax crimes. If we have a little extra time, I'm going to try to touch on Bush's family member and the GOP candidate compares Catholics and other Christians to Islamic terror groups. That makes a lot of sense. Then, as always, we will probably get around to, maybe we will, maybe we won't. South Dakota Republicans kill legislation to ban drugging and mutilating of transgender children. South Dakota Republicans kill legislation to ban drugging and mutilation of transgender children. A couple other things I had up here, don't know if we'll get there or not. U.S. Bishop believes global warming is more dangerous than abortion because he's a moron. Mike Bloomberg on why he ordered cops to target minorities as the New York City mayor. They all commit the crimes. Or they commit all the crimes, according to Michael Bloomberg. I think that has to do with the stop and frisk, which I think the stop and frisk is a very good idea, actually, and it's a very good common sense way to limit shootings. But we know the Democrats don't actually want to limit shootings. They just want to take our guns. And then I guess Dwayne Wade is celebrating his 12-year-old boy that is now a girl. Or maybe it was a girl that's now a boy. But Dwayne Wade is celebrating, losing his 12-year-old boy. So now apparently he's a girl. So that's what we're going to do. What's up, Modus Operandi? Alan Spance. Those are the only two I got in the chat right now. I told everybody what we were going to cover, and apparently nobody wanted to stick around. Interesting. All right, so without further ado, oh man. Well, I want to tell everybody hello, and you're going to have to pardon my voice because I lost it. I lost it by getting the old cold. And so it's, it's a little shakier than normal. But you know what? It's just going to have to do for tonight. I should have had a water out here because I don't know how long that water's been in that. So I probably shouldn't drink it. So how you guys doing tonight? You guys having fun? You guys have a good day? You guys just came to hang out with SJG? We'll wait for a few more people to hop all up in here, and then I want to see, is everything else still online? Yeah, cool. It is. I actually have some really good things or some fun things to talk about tonight. Maybe not fun, but interesting things to talk about. And like I said during the when I was talking over it, over the intro there. I kind of want to use tonight as a way just to stream my videos, and then I'm going to chop them up later, and I'm going to break them down, as separate videos. So if you guys get tired and you drop out, no big deal. You guys can catch them in independent segments. And I'm going to do my damnedest to try to, maybe I'll have to just edit them down. Because I'm trying to do my damnedest on not making 10 and 12 and 15-minute videos. I feel like that's too long and people don't stick around for them. But it's kind of hard to say what I got to say in a shorter amount of time. It's a lot of thought and planning that goes into that. And those are two things I'm not a big fan of. Thought and planning. Anyway, that's a little joke on myself. You guys got a lot of rain in Dallas. Good evening, George Washington and Scarecrow TV. Scarecrow 1776, not Scarecrow TV. That'd be weird. Cool lot of rain in Dallas. Really? Well, that's good, man. Get it all wet and get it all good and wet, so you guys don't have as many fires this next summer. I guess you haven't had a lot of fires in Dallas, right? But I just feel like Dallas would be a place, or Texas would be a place would be a lot of brush fires. It just feels like it's a hot and dry place during the wintertime or summertime, but who knows? It's funny, I keep seeing people jump in and out on my Facebook. Apparently they don't. They want to check it out for a second. You're going to have to forgive me. I'm coughing. I'm at the very last legs of this cold, or I'm the last legs of myself. But anyway, make sure everybody follows me on my Discord. Are any of my people in here right now? I think, let me look here. Do we have any moderators in? Because I'm not looking here. I can't tell if you have a wrench or not. Modus, aren't you, isn't Modus, okay, here, let me do something here. I'm just wait for a few more people. Stick around. My YouTubers, stick around here. We're going to jump into it, but I just want to wait a couple more minutes. What's up in the D Live? We got, that's where that was coming from. Scarecrow 1776. Scarecrow, thank you so much for being here. I should put my restream chat in here so people can see what everybody else is saying. Maybe I could do that real quick. Like, I think you can. How do I do that? How would if a guy wanted to do that, how would he do it? Probably is not the best time to figure that out, but maybe if I go right here. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do, guys. Just stick with me for a second. Download, open in browser, right? Opening it in browser. And then stick around, wait for it. Everyone just hang on and wait for it. I think somebody chat and say something. I just got what's up, but let's see if this comes out. Hello. Should have done this before, but does this go out to? Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. There it is. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So everyone just hold on to your damn high horses for a quick second here. And chat window. I'm going to open that. I wonder if that is my chat window. Wait a minute. Is that already there? Is chat ready to display messages? Settings. Something. Oh, yeah. Moda said it up there. Okay, cool. And that overlays. It's kind of like right over my face. But that isn't a bad thing, is it? That it's over my face? That could be a good thing. I think I want this up here, though. So you guys, maybe I'll make it a little smaller. Can you guys read that? Sound off in the chat. I need to make it a little bigger. That's probably a little too big. Let's be realistic here. It's going to really screw up my... Just want people to see what... I want everyone to be able to participate. I guess if I go like this, maybe. And then if I did this, that would probably work, huh? That looks kind of cool. Okay, nobody say anything stupid because this is going to be on everything now. So don't get me in trouble. Hang on, I'm just move that over just a hair. Okay. And I'll just use that camera angle tonight. And then when we're in segment, you guys aren't going to have chat. But when I come back to discussion view, you guys are going to have chat, I guess, after it reloads itself. Okay, why is that reloading every time I do that? Okay, I didn't need to figure this out with everybody on there. I can read it. Scarecrow said he can read it. Okay, cool. So now don't you feel like more of the... Scarecrow, doesn't that make you feel more of the family? Doesn't that make you feel like a little more of the family now that you can read what everyone else is saying too? You need to respond, Scarecrow, because I'm putting it out there for you, man. I can read it anyway. I can't read it anyway. I'm on my phone. Well, turn it sideways and put your bifocals on, Alan. Come on. Yes, it does. Good. That's what I want. I want you to feel part of the group. Because I think you were the one who said you didn't want to come over to YouTube for some reason because you're just a D-Live snob. But that's a good thing that he's a D-Live snob because D-Live is where it's at, guys. And I really would love everyone in here to follow me on D-Live also, SJG Perspective. Because it is going to be able to let me talk about things like I want to talk about right now. Of course, when I go away into my thing, then you won't be able to see it. Unless, of course, I do this. Which I will do. Because I can still read it. Control copy. So check this magic out. You guys are going to be really impressed. I don't know if you will be or not. But now, wait for it. It's coming up. Okay. I'm just going to bring that up a little bit. Okay. Chat messages are going to display. I do need glasses. Thanks for reminding me. D-Live is great. Good, man. Follow me at SJG Perspective, Brett Hitchcock. Appreciate it, man. Wish your volume was... Oh, my volume needs to be louder. Huh? Well, I can do that. Now can you guys... How about now? I just feel like it distorts, though, when I do that. Is it distorting? Check. 1, 2. I don't want any crackling coming through. Okay. I'll be louder. Okay. Is that better, Scarecrow? You're kind of demanding. I'm doing it for you, man. I'm doing it for you. Okay. So, talking about D... No, you're good. Okay, that's good. Okay, so here's the thing. Talking about D-Live's a good segue into this segment. D-Live does not censor people like YouTube does, where you got to watch what you say, otherwise you're going to hurt some people's feelings, and you can't speak the truth, and if it isn't culturally acceptable... then you are going to be kicked off or you're going to be, in trouble with the thought police, as this happened here. It says, students sue school district after being punished for racist banter in private Snapchat chat group. A group of students was filed a free speech lawsuit in Saline, Michigan no less, alleging that their civil rights were violated by school administrators who punished them for their banter in a private Snapchat group. The lawsuit was filed on Tuesday, February 11th in the U.S. District Court in Detroit on behalf of 4 anonymous students who were punished by the school district following a hysteria regarding racism after they sent joking messages in a chat room. The lawsuit alleges that 2 students were suspended as a result of their out-of-school speech. If we don't think we have a problem right now with the way our schools think and the education system thinks that they own the children and they are the bosses of everybody, you're not paying attention. There is so many agendas, from the transgender agenda to the, climate change, to guns, to every social issue you can think. There is social engineering taking place in our schools from our education system, and the schools think they know better than the parents. Over and over and over and over again, they prove it. There is a control of the state in the not just education, the state, but the educational system is under the state, where the state thinks they know best. And as we know what's been happening in college campuses, and I don't need to dive into all of that right now with the way freedom of speech is getting absolutely hammered. The educational system is far left, very liberal, and there is a re-engineering of our society and our culture and our morals. And it's so funny that they like to try to lecture us on what's moral and what isn't. The people who think it's okay for young children to go through sex changes or go through, transgenderism and whatnot, and then that's okay to push and to encourage our children to do. These are the same people that now are thinking that they can expel and suspend kids for something they're doing completely away on their own free time in their own homes, away from school. The school is acting outside the scope of its authority and has no legal right to impose the discipline carried out, and has violated our clients' constitutional rights by their reckless and hasty rush to judgment. A lawyer, David A. Kalman, the attorney for the children, said in a statement. Says the lawsuits claim that the school district has no jurisdiction to punish the children based on messages sent from their homes, privately owned phones on a non-school day. Amen. The audacity of these people to think that they can, basically discipline kids when they're completely away from school on their own free time. The students want the district to admit in a declaration that their actions were an infringement upon the students' First Amendment rights. They also want the school district to formally change to their rules so other students' rights are not similarly violated, for the students' records and transcripts to be completely expunged moving forward. Saline Superintendent Scott Graydon called the private Snapchat postings that were brought to his attention an act of racism that created harm to all our students, especially our students of color. What harm? What harm was brought to them? What legitimate harm? Let's be real here. Some kids in a private Snapchat going back and forth that was biracial, by the way. It was a black kid and a white kid. They were joking around in this Snapchat, right? I don't know what they said, but it was obviously done in a joking manner, bantering manner. And is there anybody here who, when they're alone with their buddies, you haven't made some off color, no pun intended, jokes? I've seen my children do it. I've done it with my friends. We know it happens. That is not racism. That is attacking and trying to tear down the worth of some person and inflict harm upon them. And when they say that inflicts so much harm upon them, what harm did it really inflict? It wasn't directed at them. It wasn't directed to them. It wasn't cyberbullying. It was a private message that they were doing on their own time, not at school. It's absolutely asinine. It needs to be called out. It's ridiculous. The conversation, moving forward. Celine, I read that apart. African American and Caucasian children were using inappropriate and offensive language in a joking manner and in the context of immature banter among friends, Kalman said in his news release about the case. The conversations did not occur at school or at a school event or on any school equipment. While all the children are embarrassed by their language, it does not justify the school's rush to judgment and overreaction, he added. And I do bet you those kids are like, oh, damn, man, we're on the news. We made national news. How did this happen? We were just busting on one another and just messing around, right? I'm sure maybe they were throwing some epitaphs around or whatever, and they were like I said, they were having a private conversation. But here's the thing. These people go on to say later on in this article that this is not acceptable. This is hate speech, and that your First Amendment right, you're outnumbered by it, because there's so many people that now think right and aren't sucked up by the wrong think. They have the right think, and so you're outnumbered. You're outnumbered with your free speech. Your free speech has got to go. Free speech has got to change. We have got to put limits on free speech now because it hurts people's feelings. It hurts people's feelings, so we can't have free speech anymore because that you could offend somebody. God forbid we offend anybody in this world, right? God forbid anybody gets offended in this world. This world needs to learn how to deal with offenses. And this world needs to learn how not to be so easily offended. All these people that talk about we need to love, we need to learn how to love. Love doesn't, love, not these hateful words and stuff aren't loving. They're hurtful. This joke, this private banter in this Snapchat group is hateful. When it wasn't hateful, it's not like we want to kill all N-words. We want to kill all, these or that and these pieces of whatever. And it's like a serious conversation of encouraging this racial hatred. It was two people biracially joking around with one another. And then I don't know how it got leaked, how it got leaked and these people got snitched out on that they had this. It doesn't, that's really not the point. The point is people are so easily offended, and then they want to say that you shouldn't speak this way because it's not loving. Well, guess what? Guess what real love is? Guess what real love says? Real love says it isn't easily offended, right? Real love says it isn't easily offended. So if you are being easily offended, you're not being a loving person either. That's kind of how this works. I'm sorry no one's told you that. I'm sorry this has got lost in the mix. But one characteristic of love is it isn't easily offended. So if you're easily offended, you're also not walking in love. So take the plank out of your own eye before you try taking the speck out of somebody else's. Colin believes that this matter for parents. Colin believes that this is a matter for parents to deal with and out of jurisdiction of public school bureaucrats who want to push their left-wing values onto students. If a child gets stopped for drunk driving on a Saturday night, does that school have the right to expel the student? The answer is obviously no, Kalman wrote. The conversation of these children had nothing to do with the school. It has no authority to discipline the students for out-of-school misbehavior. Graydon, the Saline Area Schools Board of Education, Assistant Superintendent Steve Latch, and Saline High School Principal David Raft, Saline High School Assistant Principal and Football Coach Joe Palka, Assistant Principal Teresa Stager, Director of Student Services Molly Garcia, and Assistant Principal Kirk Evanson. Man, there's a lot of people involved in this. Geez, maybe we're a little too thick on the whole administration, the admin of our schools too. Maybe we could whittle that down. I'm sure a few of those people could do a couple jobs. Seems like a waste of money. Are named as defendants in the lawsuit. A Saline High School football player released a threatening video in the midst of the controversy, warning that all those who support free speech, that they are outnumbered. It has since become a rallying cry for the social justice warriors in the city to impose their anti-constitutional agenda. From all the people that believe in change to all the people who don't, you're outnumbered. The student said in this video address. The lawsuit hopes to push back against the diversity and tolerance mobs and achieve a victory for the First Amendment against a leftist-dominated school system that is notoriously hostile to constitutional principles. That, to me, could not be better said. It is absolutely and totally hilarious to me that we are coming to the point where there is a good majority of people actively trying to take us into a agenda, to take us into a society, to take us into a culture that is absolutely walking on eggshells, that is absolutely wrapped in bubble wrap, that is absolutely scared of the littlest, that has no strength of character, has no real self-esteem, has no real sense of self. We're destroying that, and we're creating a whole bunch of nanny little bots that cannot in any way, shape, or form be harmed. And in so doing, you are going to usher in an authoritarian, dystopian, authoritarian environment and culture that will be good for no one. That will be like China, where you will be monitored, your speech will be monitored, your thoughts will be monitored, and if you don't line up with the official narrative of whatever that may be of the day and time, you will be punished for it. Gone will be the day to be able to be a human being that has their own thoughts. And it's in this moment it's in this atmosphere of free speech that the true racists, that the true bigots are going to be revealed. And if you shut that down, all you do is you camouflage true bigotry and true racism, and you inflame it, and it's like pouring gas on a smoldering little fire. You will just ignite that to where you have real problems to deal with. That's kind of what I'm thinking anyways. Some of my quick little thoughts on that one. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all the chats right now. I'm glad you guys are chatting it away, but I want to get into my next little subject, which kind of touches on the one we just talked about. Before I do, please do remember, a little quick message from your sponsor. Please do remember to follow me on Parler and on DLive and on, that's what I was trying to figure out originally and I forgot. Is there any one of my mods out here? Because I'd like you guys to be able to put my Discord up in the chat. Let me make somebody a mod. I think Modus Operandi is a mod. I'm going to put this up in the chat real quick, guys, and we're going to get on to the next one. So just give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 more seconds to do this. YouTube. Okay. I'm going to go in here to this video and make somebody a mod. And then make you guys able to put stuff up in the chat. I think Modus is a mod, if I'm not mistaken. I think Modus is a mod. Give me a second here. Tyler's a mod. He's in there. There it is. Tyler, you rock, man. Tyler put it up there. I'm just going to put that one up in there and Modus is a mod too. So, yeah, Tyler, if you could put that up every so once in a while just to keep people reminded where our Discord is at so they could go to that. Go to the Discord and sign up there. I'm not, Parler and DLive and whatnot. Those are other places you can follow me. But the Discord's really what I'm trying to build because it's a great place. We go in there, we talk when we're not doing videos. I let you guys know. You guys can submit memes to me that you want me to do. You can submit articles that you want me to cover. And then you get all the notifications all the time through there. So it's, yeah, I know my voice is way. Gator is in here, man. Gator, I can't yell very loud. It's not my voice is deep, dude. My voice is gone. Everybody give a hand to Gator. We haven't seen Gator. He was one of the first guys ever. Back when I had 50 people. And he was always in here, him and Rational, every stream I would do. It was only them. We just it was like I was streaming for 2 people all the time. But everyone put your hands together for Gator. Put a little clap emoji if you can. Glad to see you, Gator. Glad to have you around, man. Okay. So now that I know Tyler's got that handled. And Gator, he's also part of the Discord, so you can also put that up there here and there. Just worry about that one. That's the only one I want to worry about being put up tonight is the Discord one. So I'm glad you guys are doing that. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, that's right. I was going to post it to Parler too, but I forgot. And I don't want to take too much more time here and waste it. But one other second. You guys are so patient. You guys are patient, and I really appreciate the patience that I'm having come from you guys. Oh, you know what else I don't have going on right now? Hang on a second here. We need a little of the background music. It just is nice. It's just kind of soothing. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean, man? Shoot. I want to put this up in my Parler too, so I can get a couple of my Parler people to come over. I was just going to stream these private and, kind of put them up as I finished them. But then I thought, you know what the hell? I'll just do these right now. And there we go. Okay. Copy that Batman and close it and then go over here and post it on my Parler. Yeah. And if one of you mods want to be so, you guys feel so inclined, you guys could throw my Parler one up there. You'd have to find the link and throw it up there, but I'm not going to make you do that, but do it if you want to. Okay. Back to the business at hand. This little article says, is that chat bothering you guys all over the screen like that, or is that kind of cool? Do I need to move it so you guys can even see it? You guys don't really read the article with me, so it's not like it. I just want everyone to feel part of it. I don't know, though. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe if I did this. That's kind of small, isn't it? Well, shit. Shit, man. Shit. We'll just do that. I don't care. It's fine. Who cares? FBI names so-called white nationalists as ISA-level terror threat, plans to work with anti-Trump groups to profile them. Says Sain Amish. Okay, I'm going to read this again because we're going to start for my my second video. And go. FBI names so-called white nationalists as ISA-level terror threat, plans to work with anti-Trump groups to profile them. This is great. This ties in with the whole free speech thing, kind of the theme of the night. Here we go. Okay, the FBI cannot be differentiated from the ADL or the SPLC, Southern Poverty Law Center. Last week, Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and we know how much we trust the FBI, right? Because they are completely trustworthy people, announced that they are classifying white nationalists as terror threat on par with ISIS. We're particularly focused on domestic terrorism, especially racially or ethnically motivated violent extremism. FBI Director Chris Wray said, not only is the terror threat diverse, it's unrelenting. Wray told the House Judiciary Committee that white nationalists are considered a national threat priority and will devote at least the same amount of resources on them as they do on ISIS and militant Islamic terror groups. The problem with the FBI designation is that the ordinary Trump supporters now are considered white nationalists. That's the thing. They're going to designate this anyone, white nationalists on par with ISIS, but as we all know, anybody, like this article saying, that supports Trump is a white nationalist. We are white supremacists. We are bigots. We are homophobes. We are racists. We are all the ists and all the isms. Because we are conservative and we are pushing back. We are trying to conserve some values, some norms, some traditions that have been in place for hundreds of years. We're simply saying, well, hey, we don't necessarily believe in little boys and girls can be girls or boys. We kind of believe that it's our right to bear, to keep and bear arms. It's our right to be able to say what we want to say without the government or people shaming or telling us we can't say it. And if you believe in these things, these conservative values, then we should only have X. You should have to be in America legally. And we should only have X amount of people let in legally every year. If you believe in these things, you are a white supremacist. You're a white nationalist. You are a terror threat as bad as ISIS. The problem with the FBI's designation, as I just read, is that ordinary supporters are considered white nationalists, Trump supporters. The NYPD Intelligence and Counterterrorism Deputy Officer John Miller profiled the Proud Boys, a pro-Trump group that stands up to left-wing Antifa domestic terrorists. Now, where is the designation for Antifa? The ones that will come out, spit on you, throw piss on you, throw shit on you, hit you, with bike locks, with crowbars, split your head wide open, that will aggressively attack you just for your presence of being and your presence of standing on the same street as them if you don't agree with all of them. They will attack you and beat you up and kill you in many scenarios. There's been many scenarios that Antifa has actually killed people. Gavin McInnes just put out a very good video on that, detailing out some of those just today on YouTube, Censor TV, Gavin McInnes. You should go watch that. He also put out a video of the black lady whose husband, who's white, got sentenced to 4 years for defending himself against a mob of Antifa in New York. He got jumped by a mob of Antifa. He was a white guy, and they beat him up because he's a white nationalist. He's a white supremacist with a black wife and 2 babies, right? And he's going away for 4 years. When the Antifa, the one who beat him up, they didn't even get arrested. Nothing happened to him. Tell me that isn't an upside down world. Most of the Proud Boys are not from New York City, but it presented to attract a target for them when they decided to engage in violence, Miller said, referring to when the Proud Boys members committed act of self-defense outside of a rally in New York City last year. Two Proud Boy members were sentenced to years in prison in 2018 for committing self-defense against anti-American, Antifa terrorists. Because of the work of the FBI, that standard will likely be applied to patriotic activists all throughout the country due to their crackdown against white nationalism. Ray also stated that he would work to track and profile white Americans through a domestic terrorism and hate crimes fusion cell, which would bring together the expertise of domestic terror folks and hate crime folks. Wait till we get to who the experts on those are. They're working together to not just focus on the threats that have already happened, but to look ahead and around the corner to anticipate where else we need to be, he said. By domestic terror folks and hate crime folks, Ray means he is going to have his agency rely on far-left, anti-constitutional, anti-Trump organizations like the Anti-Defamation League, or ADL, and the Southern Poverty Law Center, SPLC, to do their intelligence gathering for them. These are a couple of the groups that are doing some of the fact checking for like Facebook and for like Twitter and for I think even YouTube. They've enlisted some of these groups, and they are as far left leaning, pro Antifa, pro hardcore socialist and communist ideology as you can get. So far, they're so far left. Actually, at the SPLC was again, or maybe it was the ADL, but I think it was the SPLC was behind getting Gavin McInnes deplatformed and his name dragged through the mud for many years, and caused him all kinds of problems to where he sued them, and I believe he won. He actually went after the SPLC for defamation because of how crazy they labeled him. Gavin McInnes, the guy who is just Gavin, a comedian who speaks his mind and puts everybody on blast, and is one of the most. Who's married to he's married to an ethnic. He has an ethnic wife, but he also is a white supremacist. And if you didn't know, like Enrico Tarrio, one of the leaders of Proud Boys, he is he's an ethnic dude who's a white supremacist, because apparently now you can be a white supremacist even if you're not white. So I bet that really pisses the true white supremacists off. It's kind of like, wait a minute here. How you letting in all these colored folk into our... Why are you designating these color folk, giving them our designation we've worked so hard for? That probably really pisses them off. It's probably kind of a kick in their gonads for that one, but who knows? The FBI has a long history of working with the ADL and the SPLC. The FBI has had a working relationship with the SPLC as of 2018. The ADL even held a summit with the FBI in Los Angeles field office just last year, specifically on the issue of domestic terrorism and hate crimes. And by the way, there's no such thing as hate crimes. You just have crimes. All crimes are typically motivated by hate. Maybe nonviolent crimes aren't motivated by hate. They're just motivated by somebody being a piece of trash that wants to steal somebody else's stuff. But any violent crime that you do is a hate crime, right? It's a hate crime. The idea that we can say one crime is worse than another, if a white guy kills another white guy, that's not a hate crime. But if a white guy kills a black guy, that's it. That can be considered a hate crime, and you can get judged differently, right? The fact of the matter is, if anybody kills anybody or anybody beats anybody up, there is hate motivating that crime. Any kind of a violent crime is a hate crime. While pressuring social media providers to censor their political opponents, the ADL has called upon Congress to destroy the Bill of Rights and criminalize right-wing speech in direct violation of the First Amendment. It's long overdue for the social media companies to step up and shut down the neo-Nazis on their platforms. ADL leader Jonathan Greenblatt told Congress last month. Companies like Twitter and Facebook need to apply the same energy to protecting vulnerable users that they apply to protecting their corporate profits. If they won't answer the problem, you probably need to. He added in an explicit call to end freedom of speech in America. Again, coming back to this whole thing, that what somebody says, short of calling for direct action, short of saying, hey, everybody that's listening to me, I want you to specifically go and kill X, Y, and Z. I specifically want you to go out and beat up this person. See, that's a call to action, and that is a threat, And that's already covered under our laws. You can't do that. You can't threaten somebody's life directly and not have repercussions from that. But sharing a thought, popular or unpopular, is not something that should be censored or taken away from the American people, because it's in that setting that you expose and you bring to light and you take out of the shadows those kind of the kind of thought that needs to be expunged or needs to be exposed. Right? You don't do that by censoring speech. You just make it worse. The ADL has worked to create nationwide hysteria regarding innocuous symbols such as the OK sign. That's a white power, by the way. Shaped haircuts, the OK sign, bowl-shaped haircuts, I didn't know that one, based on internet hoaxes and memes. This has resulted in individuals losing their jobs and being targeted by digital lynch mobs on social media out to destroy their lives, including Army and Navy cadets committed to national service. The ADL has also claimed that anyone who opposes Antifa is a potential hate monger. Well, that probably I'll probably be on the list. I'm probably on the list because I oppose Antifa. They are the worst scourge of our modern day society here in America. Antifa, along with true neo-Nazis. True neo-Nazis are freaking terrible too. Disgusting, right? But so is Antifa. Antifa does not stand for what they say. They say they stand for anti-fascism, and they're the most fascist people you could ever encounter in just modern day, walking down the street in their black little putang masks that they wear over their faces, and the communist far leftist, not even far leftist, that's not even far enough. They're communist anarchist ideologies that they espouse and that they spew. They are terrible. So that puts me on the list, guys. That's why you need to follow me on Discord and Parler and DLive, because it won't be long for me when the FBI comes knocking. Telling the FBI who profile and demonize so these will be the hate crime folks telling the FBI who to profile and demonize and levy charges against, as Trump supporters and white Americans are now considered the equivalent of ISIS to the deep state. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. All these okay signs keep popping up. That's awesome. Yeah, it's so true, man. It's so true, that the craziness. Let me read a couple of these, see what we've been talking about. They're as bad as Antifa, yeah. I don't know how far up I should go here. Gavin's wife is a Native American. Okay, thank you. I'll start there. Really, that makes no sense. Reservation born and everything. Like some people working at UTIB. Yep. I'm a green supremacist. Those grays need to go to their own planet. That's funny, Tyler. Criminalize the ADL. They're as bad as Antifa. I'm going to BK to YouTube. I'm going back to YouTube. Okay. I'm back. Oh, okay, cool. So we got another Abadan 187. That's cool. Is Alan Spence. I'm doxing you, Alan. Just kidding. Okay, sign has nothing to do with the white power. Ex-bro-in-law is hardcore KKK. I know. It's crazy they think that. The thumb of the one race. That's what we should make, man. This should be the next one. You're right. We should people should meme that. Put that on 4chan or something crazy to where we can get people thinking thumbs up as white supremacists. I think we're all on several lists by now. Yeah, I think that's probably true. If you're not on the list, you're slacking. Maybe a clap can be the collision of the future race war. Oh gosh, sorry about my YouTube user Tyler Labine here, stopping in to say hi. It's glad to have you again. Cindy Ben is on. Hi Cindy, how you doing? Glad to see you. Okay, so that's funny. Just read a couple of the chats. So I'm gonna say something, but I'm not gonna wait. Stick around. We're just gonna do this. Close this up for when I clip it all up. Until next time, it's SJG Perspective without fear or animus. Please join again and watch the next segment if you're here right now. All right, later. Cue the cut up. I probably won't even cut it up. I'll probably just end it right about here. Yeah, the end screen. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Sorry about my voice, you guys. It's getting tired here. I'm like, sometimes these are better when I don't have the chat because I get so distracted with the chat all the time. And I can't think. Let's see here. Okay. Really wish I could make that chat not right in the way. Got to figure that out. Says, gross miscarriage of justice. Legislation aims to fix law after student charged with terror threats over rifle picture. Sorry, guys. It's killing me. I got to do this here. You'll get the idea. Scarecrow. I'm just going to put it like that. You get the gist of what people are saying. That way it's not completely in the way. I guess you guys aren't reading this, though, too, so I could probably make it a little smaller. See, this is the problem when I just start messing around with stuff too much when I'm live. I do that a lot. Probably make my big ugly mug smaller, too, to give more room for the chat. Oh, well. Maybe I will. Don't worry. When we go back to watch this, when I cut this up, maybe I'll do that. That way we can still have the chat up in there. Sorry, guys. Am I bugging you yet? I always get worried. I'm like, people are, they're so, their attention span is so slow or so small that I'm going to lose them pretty quick if I'm not just keeping it rocking. Okay. It says, gross miscarriage of justice. Legislation aims to fix law after students charged with terror threats over rifle picture. This hurts my brain. This is like crazy that this happened. Republican lawmakers in the state of Michigan. Why does all this crap happen in Michigan? Michigan, you are so ridiculous. Where's Muhammad when you need him, man? Where's Aloha Snack Bar? Muhammad Aloha Snack Bar when you need him, man. He has some family that lives up there in Michigan, and he'd be one to be able to speak to some of this. Wonder where he went. I should hit him up real quick. See if we can't get Muhammad on. Muhammad's kind of funny. I bet you he's busy, but we'll call him here. Let me see if I can just call him. I'll just see if I can call him real quick. Then we'll read this article. Then. He's probably busy, though. He's probably busy. Where you at, Muhammad Aloha? Muhammad Aloha. Calling you out, man. He's probably sleeping. It's 11 o'clock where he's at, and he's probably got to work tomorrow. So, sorry, Muhammad Aloha Snack Bar. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't work, though. So, all right. Well, we tried. We'll just leave that up in case he calls back. But, okay. Anyways, moving on. He would have been a fun one for this article. Republican lawmakers in the state of Michigan held a press conference on Tuesday in Lansing to announce new legislation that was crafted in response to the Lucas Gearhart case. Big league politics broke the story weeks ago of how the 20-year-old criminal justice student was kicked out of Lake Superior State University, charged with making terror threats. This is going to blow your mind. He was kicked out of his university. Wonder if he got his money back. I would demand my money back. And charged with terror threats. And imprisoned for 83 days. 83 days. Because he posted a picture of a rifle on Snapchat that triggered, no pun intended, a leftist female on campus. Representative John Riley of Lake Orion has led the charge in creating awareness of the case and has devised legislation to stop prosecutorial abuse of this magnitude from happening again. When I first ran for office, I never thought I would be here today introducing legislation to explain the difference between a joke and a terror threat. This also ties in again to free speech like we were just talking about, right? In between being able to make a joke, being able to speak your mind on something, and dividing line of actually calling to, making a threat. When you make a threat, we don't even need laws for that. When you make a threat, it's already against the law to make a threat. But going on. I should probably always put a marker there because I always forget where I left off. And then I have to end up reading really. Riley said, I never thought our society was so fragile that someone's life could be ruined by telling a joke among friends. Well, as we just found out about those other kids in Michigan, their life was ruined by making it in Snapchat again. Whoever's doing the Snapchat private stuff, you need to not do that then, I guess, apparently. Or maybe we do, and we just need to keep calling this out until it changes. But Snapchat's really they're really into screwing people's lives over. He explained that Gerhard's intent did not matter. Whether he meant snow or he meant that he was going to trigger some left-wing snowflakes was irrelevant. It is Gerhard's First Amendment right as a free American to express himself as he wishes. Okay, so I went too fast. I apologize. This is going to be too small for you to read, so I'll read it for you. Okay. But right here it says, in this little picture on Snapchat, it says, he's got a picture of his AR-15 with a bayonet on it. It's a badass looking rig. And he's got his camping gear, and it's laying up against his camping gear. And he puts a caption on here, and it says this: taking this bad boy up, this ought to make the snowflakes melt. I mean snowflakes as in snow. So he puts in here with a smiley face. Taking this bad boy up, this ought to make the snowflakes melt, and I mean snowflakes as in snow. As in, I'm going to go target practicing up in the snow, up in the hills, because he's got all his camping gear there. He's going camping. He's going to take it up and do some target practicing. And if you've ever known, oh, look who's calling. Hang on here. Look who just joined the conversation. La, 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 la.
Are you live?
I am live. I am live right now, my friend.
I did not know this.
I am live. Everybody, it's Aloha Snack Bar. Say hello, Aloha.
Hello, Habibi. What are you doing? I saw the call and I go, what the hell is this going on here? Asked me to call, I did not know.
Well, we've been covering a couple subjects on just the craziness of, the leftism and so on, and ISIS and all this crazy stuff's happened up in like Michigan. And I believe you have relatives up there. I don't know for sure, but I feel like you do. And, and it's just like, I just thought maybe, maybe you could just say hello. And, we covered, you weren't here, but we covered that white nationalism is akin to ISIS terror threats now. And the FBI is going to be looking into that. And I thought maybe you might have something to say about that.
Well, this is interesting.
Yes. And according to, as we all know, if you are a Trump supporter, you are a white nationalist. So we are typically as scary and as threatening now as ISIS. And I know you have brother-in-laws or brothers or, I don't know, you have family, I believe, that's in ISIS. Yes?
Yes, and I also have friends that are white nationalists. Go figure.
Exactly. So I thought that was something that would be worth maybe just saying hello to you for real quickly, if nothing else.
I see this call. I go, hello, my friend. It's a good thing I ask if you're alive because I could have come on very differently.
So you could have, and that is why you should probably always, yeah, exactly. That's always a good thing to ask.
Hello, are you live right now? Should I stop making bomb?
Yes.
Need to concentrate.
Yes. Yes, it's so true.
I don't even have headphones.
Oh, yes. Is that why you're talking quieter, I think? Yes?
Yes, because I don't want it to echo. You know how this does this.
Yes. This is true. How have you been? How have you been, my friend?
I'm okay, my friend. Hold on. I find headphones.
Okay. So while he's getting his headphones, guys, I want to continue reading a little bit of this here. It says, so this guy's taking his AR-15 up, and he says he's going to go smoke some. He's going to go melt some snowflakes. And because he put that on his Snapchat, because he put a picture of an AR-15, and because he said he's going to go obviously take it up and go target practicing, he got kicked out of his university. He got charged with making terror threats, and he spent 83 days in jail for that. This is the world that we're living in right now. This is the world where now there has to be a special law bill or passed to keep people who are in private conversations making jokes about to one another, keep them out of jail, because that is where the way of the First Amendment is going. That should be worrisome to you. That should be worrisome. I mean, I know Aloha, snack bar, Mohammed Aloha snack bar, peace be upon him. I know that he comes from, he has family members, and he comes from a society and a culture that you cannot. There's free speech is not a thing. I mean, no. if you were to not say peace be upon him, can't you be like if you invoke the name of Allah without love and peace be upon him? Can you not also be like killed for that? I feel like you can.
Yes, I will take your head, my friend. This is how it works.
This is not good, man. Not good.
No, it's not good at all. Habibi.
Wow. What is that?
Up my jet engine. Hold on.
I was saying, it sounds like you were like firing up the torch or doing something, man. That was a little worrisome.
Yes, it's very cold here in Dearborn, Michigan, so I have to put the heater on.
Yes. Dearbornistan, right? Dearbornistan?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
Your nickname?
Yes,
How is Talib? Go ahead.
It is like little Afghanistan.
Yes. That is. I would never want to live there because it's cold and because you could lose your head if you say the wrong thing.
No, you do not do that here. It's no problem. Because I come to the United States to be American. It's problem with people that are doing jihadi things over here. My cousins mainly, but it's not a big deal for me because Habibi, I like Corona beer and bacon, so it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. But you can't drink that around your brothers and sisters, right?
No, I hang out with my white friends and do these things.
The infidels?
Yes, well, yeah, maybe infidel. But
this is funny.
It's this big joke, make call of jihadi on them, but it's all joke.
Oh, all right. Let me finish up this article. You can listen there for a second. And so House Bill 5483 would make the statute pertaining to terror threats applicable only when a specific violent threat is made toward an individual or a property. The threat will also have to come from an individual or an agent of the individual, rather than an unrelated third party. The legislation would also institute a reasonable listener standard so that the opportunistic prosecutors, that's kind of loud, could not make an example of someone like Gerhard for political purposes.
So many big words.
I know, there's a lot of big words there. I got to talk slowly for you. It says, while this is playing out in real time, the school wasn't seeing this as a general public safety concern, Mark Gerhardt said. It was only afterwards when they decided they were going to pursue this along with the prosecutor. So it's not like they immediately called the SWAT team on this kid either and said, oh man, he's about ready to go bayonetting people and he's about ready to go shooting stuff up. No, that's not what happened. It happened afterwards, and they retroactively went back after him and did this to him. So it's pretty insane world that we're living in, guys. And as if we didn't already know that, I just thought I would make that clear that your free speech, if you think it's getting better, nope, they're just trying to. I think they're just kind of basically trying not to talk about it as much to scare people as much because it is getting kind of scary what they're doing with free speech right now. So let me talk to Mohammed for a few minutes here, and then we're not going to stay on much longer. This was just kind of I'm adjusting my chat here. Are you watching, or are you just listening?
I'm just listening. I did not even know you were live, my friend.
That kind of hurts. I thought you were like always watching to make sure when I went live. You were
No,
going to be
I
right
didn't.
there.
I was phone was charging, and then I was in the Googly Hangouts, and I see call from SJG. I go, "Hello, my friend," and then I go over there, and you're like, "No, I'm live." Bibi, oh no, it's no problem. I did not know this. I look like asshole now.
No. I just thought of you. You know, I kind of even. It was my own fault. I mean, I threw my own audience off. I was cramming along with like 20 people, and then I called you, and I'm down to 11. So it's like, I wonder if you have offended too many of my listeners.
Did it happen as soon as I came on?
Not as soon. No, it screwed up I didn't. You didn't screw it up. I was like, something triggered me, and I was like, my ADHD kicked in, and I'm like, I need to call Mohammed. I haven't talked to him in a while, and so it's all good though, because we got the crew, we got the bass crew in here right now that always sticks around no matter what. And
Wait, hold on. So literally, when the Arab person come on your channel, they leave?
well, they're not real happy with the Arabs right now.
Listen, Habibis, come back. I do not like them. It's no problem. I like bacon. I am one of you.
This is true. This is true.
Literally now, white nationalists are exactly same as me now. See? Same exact thing.
That's true. That's funny. No, yeah, I just was jumping on. I had a couple articles. I was gonna be like, because I've been recording my articles live, but making them private, and then I'll just make them unprivate when I'm ready for them to go up. But tonight I was like, I haven't done a live stream in a while, so I should get on here and see what they think here. Let me read a couple chats here. Virginia, I wonder if it's true news at the claim to pass the law that they can allow the popular vote to be Democrat or Republican, or is that just the way it always? What's that? I don't understand what he just said. Michael Rondo said, Virginia, I wonder if it's true news at the claim to pass the law that they can allow the popular vote to be Democrat or Republican, or is that just the way it always works? Don't know if I understand that question exactly, but that's okay. I don't know. Yeah. So what have you been up to, man? How's life been treating you?
You know, same day, different goat. You know.
I was going to ask you about your goats, but I always feel like you get offended when I talk to you about your goats.
No, I just tell you not to hit on them. They are my property.
And how are your wives? Same thing?
I lost one.
You did? Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
It is good because I can bring in new talent. But I believe she's still roaming around somewhere in Target, but I lost her. She's done.
You have moved on to better and newer young children. I mean, young women.
Yes. If you ever want to ditch your wife, like get new one, just take them to Target.
Yeah.
You will never see them again.
Really?
Yes.
That is true. That is true. Actually, my wife will disappear into Target, and I don't go with her though. When I know she's going on her shopping trips, it's not for me. I would lose my sanity, which isn't saying much because I don't have a lot of that left. But
well, I see you put me on call a while ago.
I did. I called, and I left it there for you to jump in if you wanted to. Did you hear that Joe Scarborough is excited for the demographic freight train that will collapse the GOP?
Joe Scarborough is a terrible person. He plays guitar like asshole, and I think he has a vaging.
He said this. Let me tell you what he said. He said, Joe Scarborough simply can't keep it to himself when it comes to mass migration trends. The MSNB host tweeted, Democrats have won the popular vote 6 out of the last 7 elections. They won a record landslide in 2018. Demographics are a freight train carrying them into the future. The GOP's action will accelerate their collapse. The future belongs to Democrats if they work hard and focus on 2020. What is he smoking? What is that dude smoking to think that he is good, that the Democrats have a shot? Your jet engine's kind of loud.
Hey, slow down. It's like 23 degrees here, my friend. I need to warm up.
what kind of stuff is that guy smoking if he thinks that the Democrats are going to win at all in 2020 and that he thinks they're going to have a landslide? Did I read that right? That he think there's going to be some sort of landslide? Because the only landslide that's happening, I mean, it's going to be a shellacking in 2020, I think. That's kind of what I think. I think we're going to shellac them in 2020.
Shellac.
Shellac. It means to beat them relentlessly.
Shalom.
No, that would be shalom. Would be like that's the way the Jews say hello. I think.
Shellac, shalom.
Shellac, shalom. Not the same thing. A shellacking means to whip. Like it's like if you were to take your switch and beat your goat because it didn't perform correctly for you. That is a shellacking. You're giving them a shellacking.
Oh, I call that a beating.
Well, but shellacking has a better ring to it.
I thought shellac was things that you put on wood to make it shiny.
I think that's no, that's called a stain or varnishing.
No, it is like clear finish, make it hard.
No,
like
no.
shellac.
It's not. It's not. It's my show. I say it isn't.
Not like paint, but like shellac.
No, I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Okay, so what do we put on wood? Shalom? I'm so confused.
You put finishes on wood and varnishes and epoxies.
I feel like you need to Google this. I think shellac is thing that goes on.
I'm
wood,
not.
my
I'm
friend.
not googling it because this is my show. It's my word.
I don't care, my friend. Please, it is. You have
Okay,
to
I will
inform the
Google it.
people.
I will
swear
Google
for
it.
You, shellac go on wood.
Okay, shellacking.
Shellac.
Shellac. I'm shellacking, not shellac. Shellacking. Let's shellacking. Maybe it was shellacking, not shellacking. Shellacking. Let's see what it says.
Bukkake.
A drubbing. Okay, it says a beating. Thank you. Synonyms are beating, defeat, drubbing, licking, lost, lump, overthrow, plastering, rout, trimming, trouncing, and whipping. It says
Licking? Did it say licking?
It did say licking. The definition of shellacking. Right. It did say no. A synonym is a licking, but not that kind of licking. Not like not what you do with your goats. A licking
I like when my wife come home from a long day of goat milking and shellacking me in the bedroom. It's very nice.
This is very true, but she would probably appreciate it if you shellacked her too.
Well, this is part of the culture, my friend. It happens even.
And we like Tyler just said. He goes, "You need to quit." He didn't say it to you, but I am saying it to you. You need to quit shellacking your wood. Shellacking your wood. You were like, "That's hilarious, dude," because you were like, "Isn't shellacking what you do to your wood?" That's so funny. Because you literally meant shellacking your wood like if you were making a wood table and you want to put a nice finish on it, you shellac it. But but that's not what it means. A shellac, but you can shellac your wood, and you just basically, I think that was like a Freudian slip, because you just told everybody that you.
Or it could have been on purpose, my friend. You did not know this.
This is true. Maybe I didn't pick up on the. Maybe I was yeah, that's true.
The inference, but it's okay. It worked out for the best.
Oh, this is funny. Yeah, that was pretty well. That was pretty well played of you. Like, I don't believe you. Google it and give me some synonyms. Let's find out the definition, and then it comes full circle. So, yeah.
Well, it can go three ways as well, because you could say you are shellacking your wood. This could be a term for what, my friend?
Beating your wood.
Your meat. Yes, you get it now.
I'm understanding. I'm understanding what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You are reading what I'm writing.
Yes, I'm meaning what you know.
Are you mopping up what I'm spilling, my friend?
Yes, I am. That sounds gross. So, Paul Joseph Watson pointed out that Scarborough's rhetoric is similar to presidential candidate Joe Biden's, who previously praised an unrelenting stream of immigration. Such a migration wave left unchecked could lead to whites becoming a minority, which Biden declared was not a bad thing and something to be proud of. Similarly, I'm having a problem speaking tonight. During the leadership conference of the Civil and Human Rights back in December, a speaker alluded to what happened in South Africa after commenting, people say that the demographics aren't destiny. Well, we are trying to make it destiny. The left is very open about using mass migration as a political weapon to dilute the Republican vote. Voting trends from the past 50-plus years largely confirm this assumption. In November, New York Times released a story arguing that the demographics changes flipped Virginia blue. The more lasting force at work is demographics, the newspaper indicated. The mainstream media get giddy about demographic shift, but when immigration skeptic organizations raise valid points about these trends, they immediately brand as white nationalists. And again, if you think that this could be happening, you are a white supremacist and a racist. And that's kind of the moral of that little story. Yeah, so anyway. Oh, did something just ding? Did I hear a ding?
My hot pockets are done.
Hot pockets.
Hot
pockets. That's good. Oh, did you hear that Jussie Smollett got? Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did. It's very good.
Isn't that good news? This makes my heart happy. Jussie Smollett's getting charges pressed against him again.
Yes,
dude.
Yes, this time it is going to stick.
Yes. This time it is gonna stick. This time it's gonna stick real hard, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Dude.
I will put the definition of shellac in the chat just in case anybody.
He's definitely going to be getting shellacked.
Yes.
Definitely going to be getting shellacked.
He will be very shiny.
Yes. Yes. It is so funny to me that this dude planned this whole thing out, and he thought everybody in the world was just going to jump on the Juicy Smollett train, and that he'd get that lynching bill passed, and everybody would feel so bad for him, and yet it turned out that it didn't quite work out like that. And I'd like to see Kim Foxx also have to take a hit for this one. What do you think about that?
I think that's going to happen, maybe. Possible.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Hey, didn't this happen up in your neck of the woods?
What, Jussie Smollett?
Yeah, Juicy Smollett.
No, he was. That was in New York. Yes.
No, it was in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Chicago's down for me, my friend. I am Detroit area. Remember?
Oh, this is true. But I mean, the same state or region of the country.
Yeah. Well, Midwest. Yes.
Yes. Right. Can't trust You can't really trust Midwesterns, man.
I know, the assholes. Look what I give. Look what I give you in your Google.
Oh yes. Let me see this. Let me open this. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't beat yourself up. Oh, that's a funny meme right there. Oh, that's a funny meme. We need to go to that one. I just shared it with everyone. Oh, Jesse. Oh, Jussie.
Oh.
It's so sweet. Oh, God. That's a great meme. That is such a great meme. Yeah, I find it just so hilarious that those are his how should I put this? I guess just his eggs are coming home to roost. Or not his eggs, his chickens are coming back to roost. Because his eggs are going to hatch after they've been roosted. I don't know if that made any sense. Probably didn't.
Yes. Well, you know what I find is very nice?
What's that?
All my Jussie Smollett memes are relevant again.
That's very true. And my Jussie Smollett meme is going now to be relevant again. Should we play a portion of that for the people?
Oh, maybe you should. Yes.
I think I should. I don't know. They've probably all heard it, but if you haven't heard it, you guys will be appreciative of this. This is going out to Jussie Smollett. Because he's French, right? And I don't know, maybe people have heard this, maybe you haven't, but you're about ready to.
It's going to happen, my friends.
It's going to happen right now. Coming at you right now. I think. Oh, wait, I got to play it. There
It's
we go.
coming at you at some point.
This is going out to Jussie Smollett, everybody.
Jesse's got some friends
I'm going to take the chat off for this.
with some MAGA hats, bleach, and some twine. And they're waiting down an alley cause he ain't too hard to find. Jesse's gonna get into a humongous freaking bind.
And they're watching him leave Subway.
And they're waiting for that spot without cameras, I know it. And they're staging this hoax late at night. It's a fake hate crime by Jesse's boys.
Oh,
A fake
Jussie.
hate crime by Jesse's boys.
Oh, poor Jussie.
Poor Jussie.
Where can I find Nigerians like
I
that?
love that line.
They belong with his charade. Cause Jesse wanted his salary to change. You know he felt jealous cause
Terrence Howard got paid more.
he threw a temper tantrum, so they showed him the door. So
looks
he thought he
like the other one.
concocted
I haven't
a
listened to this
lie.
forever. This is great.
The media would push his narrative, he just knows it. So he called 911 late at night.
You know I cannot hear it.
It's a
Right?
fake hate
What's
crime
that?
by Jesse's
I cannot hear it.
You cannot hear?
Hate crime by
Oh, that's
Jesse's
right. I forgot. You
boys.
can't hear this. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. You can't hear. You're like, I can't hear. I can't hear this. You know this right. Trump's racist and I'm going to- That's funny. All right, I'll use that one next.
Pissed off. How do you not believe that? It's the truth. Jussie has lost. He's lost
Oh,
the
Rational
fight.
knows this one. Rational knows it, Jay. John.
Cable news, they all sympathize. Hate crime lynching, they want us to believe. The problem was it was all smaller lies.
It's almost done. Don't worry.
Side Jesse. We don't know what happened to Jesse, but what we do know is that
Racism.
Why don't we?
Racism. Racism. Racism.
Where can I find Nigerians like that?
Yes, that is for everyone. That is for Jussie Smollett. Going out to Jussie Smollett. Jussie, feel bad for you, man. Not really. I'm glad that this has happened because you should not have gotten away with this. John Lemon blaming Jussie's voice.
Next on stage, Jesse Smollett.
Jussie Smollett. Yeah, he's gonna be. You know what? Maybe he's gonna enjoy his time. You know, I mean, he is kind of.
Wait, did he was he only gay actor or is he real gay person?
Oh no, he likes the booting. He likes the he likes the booty keg. He does.
So he is definitely into
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I did not know. I you
Oh,
know
yeah.
sometimes actors play gay even though they are gay but not gay.
No,
but
no.
are gay.
Yeah, no, he's definitely gay. He's definitely
Yes,
gay.
he's very gay.
He's very gay. This one, Trump is racist, and I'm going to expose him. This is MAGA country, and then he falls over. That's another funny meme. I like that too. That's good. It's pretty funny. Okay, man. Well, I appreciate not Rational, but I appreciate somebody mentioned Rational in the chat. I appreciate you getting back on the chat with me, back in the live stream. Aloha. It's been a long time.
It has been a minute, yes.
It has been. We need to communicate again soon.
Yes, you maybe send me things and I send you things and then we go boom.
Yes.
Yeah?
Have you joined my Discord?
No, send me link for Discord.
Okay. Well, it will be in. I will send it to you. Yes, I will send it to you over here in the in our. You need to join there. That's good, and you can put your memes in there. I have a spot for memes and interesting stuff to talk about. And yes, you need to join and become part of the Discord family.
You send to me, I will come like this.
Okay. Oh, I will anticipate your coming like this.
I will do.
Not in a weird way.
And I mean this in the straightest way possible.
Yes, I understand. I get it. I'm not a goat.
Last thing I would like to do is throw myself off, building. It's not good.
Right. This is true. You don't want to do that. Why isn't my chat coming up, man? It's taking a minute here. Oh well, maybe it'll come back. Hang on a second. Oh, I know why. I bet you I know why. Hang on a second.
Why do you break?
Why does it break like this? Because maybe because I don't have. There it is. There it is. Now it's. Oh, Harmony. Hello, Harmony. How are you? So glad to see you.
Okay, my friend, I will go. You are getting off anyways. Yeah?
I'm getting off. Yes, I am. So I will talk to you very soon. Everyone say goodbye to Aloha. And I think I appreciate you joining me. All right, Aloha. Talk to you later, my friend.
Okay, my friend.
All right, man. Bye. That was Aloha Snack Bar. That was that was fun. I didn't plan on calling him up. I just got the feeling. But just to call him, didn't know how he was, and he hadn't been talked to in a while, so I figured it was a good time to call him and say hello. So, okay, guys, I've been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes. Jeez, I did not mean to stream that long. I did not plan on it, and I got to cut some of these up. I don't know if I'm going to cut these up. These might be just for the people who stuck around and watched it. I may. It depends what I feel like. But this Saturday. Well, I got a few of you here. This Saturday at 5 o'clock, I think we're doing it on Drone Tech's channel. We're doing a stream this Saturday at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be me, Drone Tech, and Robert. And Drone has a special guest coming on, somebody that's running for Congress. So that'll be fun, but it's going to be a good show. And yes, and then hopefully Gator will show up for it too. That'd be cool. And I appreciate everybody hanging out for as long as you did. It was off the cuff like it normally is. And getting over a cold, it's hard to talk. My voice is tired. So I am going to get off now, but I appreciate all you guys hanging out. And until next time, it's SJG Perspective without fear or animus. Please go and join the Discord. And from there, we can get connected to all the other great places that life will bring us. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. And keep an eye out. I'll probably do another stream before Saturday, too. And I'll be putting some videos up. So that's about it. We'll talk to you later. Bye.